Hey, everybody, welcome to the Queen Comedy Podcast. It's James, and today I'm going to talk about something that I didn't even realize was happening. So we'll go back. If you're not following me on Instagram, this might be a whole new story for you. But I lost a job that it kind of meant a little bit to me, but at the same time, it was one of those things where it wasn't benefiting both parties, and so we split ways or whatever. And one of the last things the person said to me that fired me was that they were the reason that I was successful. They were the reason that I was going to be anything. They were the reason why I was able to do what I was doing, why I was making any money in comedy, any all those things. And it struck a nerve with me. It made me really upset. It really frustrated me. And so what I did was I stepped up my game. That's what I did. I stepped up my game and I went hard because I probably said this a few times on here. I ghostwrite. I ghostwrite for a lot of things, for a lot of people, for a lot of stuff. In fact, something I just ghostwrote. If you go look at my Instagram, I posted it. Just won some film festivals for animation and other stuff that I wrote, but they gave me credit. They didn't have to give me credit. They gave me credit. It's great. I have 13,000. I'll do over $13,000 in ghostwriting jobs this month alone. I'm on track next month to do probably about 20, it looks like. And so when that person said that to me, and I posted my screenshot of my 13,000 for this month, that's what I was projected to do. It's actually going to go up as well. But they that was it was one of those moments where I was like, no, I'm not going to let you beat me. I'm not going to let you beat me. But what happened was people started DMing me, people started emailing me, people started messaging me and saying, James, I want to know more about this. So I decided this is what I'm going to do. I started talking to a bunch of people that I know, and I said, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I am going to I'm going to start telling people how to do what I do. Because here's the thing, you guys. I've said this probably a million times. I'm not the smartest. I'm not the funniest. I'm not the best. I'm not any of those things. Yeah, I'm not the guy that's like, I've done it all. I'm the best. Everybody should love me. Nobody can do what I do. It's not like that. I don't do that. That's not who I am. I'm telling you, I'm an average dude from an average place who just likes to grind, loves comedy, and will go work hard. If you're willing to do those things, if you love comedy and you're willing to grind, guess what? I can make you money. I can teach you how to make money. I can teach you how to make six figures. I've done it. I'm doing it. And I'm not the smartest dude. I'm not the best dude. I'm not the most well known dude at all. But I can teach you how to do it. So, starting in 2024, that's part of this is an announcement. Part of this is just a podcast episode. Starting in 2024, I, James Creviston, James D. Creviston, JD Creviston, whatever name you want to use, I will be adding a subscription model onto the back of the Queen Comedy Podcast. On that subscription model, you will be allowed or you'll be given an episode every week that is either information. So I'm teaching you a new thing that week, a one-on-one with somebody that I recorded and we're going to put on there, or some kind of Q&A session about that. But it's going to be subscription only. You're going to pay for it. You'll get all the regular episodes of the Queen Comedy Podcast. So if you don't want to pay for it, you're not going to miss out. But I'm going to drop this knowledge. I'm going to drop this funny money knowledge. That's what I'm calling it, funny money, because that's what it is. I'm making money by being funny. I'm not great. I'm not the best. I'm not. I said it. I'm not. But I will work hard. I know what I'm doing. I've been hired to write everything from single line jokes all the way to feature films and books. You're telling me that I'm not good enough? Nah, son. Nah, you're not good enough. You don't know what you're doing. I know what I'm doing. I know how to get my money. I know how to get my bread. And I know how to get other people money. And I know how to get other people bread. So, yeah. Am I being a little petty right now? A little bit. Be a little bit of petty. A little petty. Am I being a little angry? A little angry right now. Because I looked up to somebody, I trusted somebody, I respected somebody, and they didn't have the same level of respect back to me. And I realized it. And the funny thing is, I realized it early on, and I didn't do anything about it. I stuck in the situation like an idiot instead of going, "Nah, son, I need to get out of here." Right? I didn't do it. I stayed. So it really made me mad. It really made me upset. I came and I did what I have to do, and so starting in 2024, I'm going to be doing Funny Money. It's a subscription based portion of the podcast. You'll subscribe to it. You'll get the same release. I'll probably release it a day later or a day earlier or something like that. I'm still trying to figure out. I might do a Tuesday, Thursday thing. That way you can consume the regular episode on Tuesday. You can consume the additional stuff on like Thursday or something like that and do that. And then I'm in now because I've been asked so much. I've had so many meetings and calls with people. I recorded everything and I'm transcribing it and breaking it down. And I'm going to build a book and I'm going to release a book. That's what's going to happen in 2024. I'm going to release it for my birthday in July. That is the goal, is to release the book. It'll be ebook, it'll be Kindle, whatever. You go get it on an ebook or whatever. But it's going to be a little more expensive than my normal book. It's going to be more expensive than the How to Produce a Comedy Show book. It's going to be about 20 bucks. Yeah, because if I made six figures from that, I feel like I could charge 20 bucks for you to get a handbook, a guidebook, and a structure manual on how to do the same thing that I'm doing. Now, how many of you are going to buy that book and go do what I did? I don't know. I'm hoping all of you. Hope every single one of you who listens to this podcast will buy that book and do the same thing I did, make me obsolete and make me figure out another way to hustle and get money. And you know what? I love that. I would love that to happen. Why? Because I don't want to do that forever either, right? I got things going on. I have things I want to do. I'm going to do more. I'm learning so much outside of just the world of comedy. There's so many things that I'm going to change. I've said this before. I want to write other books, not just comedy books. I want to write like sci-fi novels, right? I will write them under a different name because I don't want people to confuse who I am or whatever. But I want to do that. I want to write sci-fi novels. There is all kinds of film scripts that I have here that I haven't finished that are outlined. There are so many things I want to do, but I want to also let comedians know you are valuable. You have a valuable skill. No one should tell you how valuable or not valuable you are. No one should go and say, oh, you couldn't do it without me. No, I believe all of you can do this, but I believe that if I can give you the information for it, that two things will happen. One, it'll benefit me, of course, right? We all know that. And two, it'll benefit you. You'll step up your game. You'll live the life that you want to live. You'll do the things that you want to do and not be corralled in by a job or a mentor or a person who you thought was your friend. Whatever it is, that's not going to hold you back. You're going to go achieve your goals and dreams. You're going to go through and do what you have to do, because that's what I did, right? I started that ghostwriting journey in 2016 when I was brand new in comedy, but I learned to write a joke, and I was writing those jokes and putting them out every day on Twitter. I've talked about this before. Put it out on Twitter. That got recognition from somebody famous. That person hired me to write jokes. I realized, oh, I can make money writing jokes. They hired me then to add jokes to a script. I'd never written a script before. I didn't know what I was doing. I was terrified. I was scared out of my mind. I was like, this is not going to work out for me. Punch up a script for them. They're like, hey, if this show gets taken, you're on the team. Bro, that's amazing, right? I found my ticket. Nah, it didn't happen that way. No, I didn't get my shot like I wanted. But another door opened. A Facebook Watch series called Abracadabra. You can go look it up. You can watch it on Facebook. You can watch it on my YouTube if you want. I linked all of them there. They reached out to me and said, hey, because I was that person who would hire me to write scripts with them, work with them on the scripts, to write jokes or whatever. Said, hey, you need to have some sample scripts too. So I went and wrote a Brooklyn Nine-Nine spec script. I love Brooklyn Nine-Nine, one of my favorite shows. Wish it was still around. Would have loved to wrote for it. Whatever, no big deal. Wrote that, right? Got some traction. Posted it on Twitter. Posted the entire script on Twitter. Posted on my website. Posted around. Reached out by this Facebook Watch group. I wrote this series called Abracadabra. Did well. Got paid money. It went great. That turned into somebody else saying, hey, I saw that you did this thing. Would you be willing to look at my thing? And they're like, and how much would you charge? Right? That was the question. How much would you charge? Once people started saying, how much would you charge to me? Once I realized that I could make money here, I was like, oh, I'm in for a penny, in for a pound, right? I went at it and I just kept doing it. I would look up Craigslist stuff. I would look on Fiverr. I was on Upwork. I was emailing people that I saw that needed help on Twitter or Instagram or Reddit or whatever it was. I was out there hustling. And guess what? I've made over six figures, you guys, 6 figures doing this. I made more money as a comedy writer than I have as a comedian. Now, someday I'm going to make as much money or more money as a comedian than I am as a comedy writer. That'll be fine. Or maybe I just do both and I make an equal amount of both. I'm okay with that, or whatever it is. But I want you to know that if you know how to write a joke, that I can take you to the next thing where you can write greeting cards or emails or web pages or memes or you Instagram comments and stuff like that. You would not believe how much people want little things on Instagram, that little stuff that's written under the picture on Instagram, how much they pay for that stuff. Learn how to write TikTok videos, learn how to write Instagram sketches, all these things, ads, commercials, comic books, books, features, TV pilots, web series. There are so many things that you can podcasts. There are people that I wrote podcasts for a year. I was getting paid every week to write a new podcast for a year. That's what I did. And I did other stuff on the side, but think about that. I was writing the comedy jokes, all the stuff, formatting, doing everything for a year for podcasts, man. That's what I'm telling you guys. There is so much here that you can do. There are so many things that you could be doing as a comedian. So 2024. 2024 is coming. It's only a couple weeks away. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to release those stuff. Funny Money is going to come. I'm going to start recording episodes. I'm going to work on that book. It's going to drop on my birthday or around my birthday, somewhere in July. We're going to drop it. We're going to do that. I'm going to use that money, use the money from that to produce a comedy album. I'm going to drop that comedy album hopefully by my next birthday, right? Because it has to be edited and shot and all that other stuff, right? And we're going to keep that side going. And I'm going to open up the door to one-on-one coaching for comedy writing and stand-up comedy and all these things because you guys keep asking for stuff. And I go, and for too long I've went, I'm not the right person. Oh, no, I can't do that. Oh, no. I'm not, I'm not a name. I'm not this guy. Like if Jerry Seinfeld came to you today and said, hey, I'll teach you how to write jokes, all of us would jump on board, right? You know what I'm saying? Like we do whatever we had to do to learn how to do it. I'm not that guy. But I realize when this thing happened, I am the guy. I am a guy. I'm not the guy, maybe. I'm a guy. I'm a guy who's done it. I've done it. Who are you going to take advice from to join the NFL? The guy who is a high school football coach that never made it to the NFL, or an NFL player, a guy who already's been in the NFL, a guy who's already made money? Go look at my Instagram. I posted the numbers up there. I'm going to post more numbers. There's going to be more numbers that you guys are going to see. 6 figures. 6 figures. $13,000 in 1 month. How many of you are making $13,000 in 1 month? How are you making $5,000, $10,000, whatever in 1 month? How many of you? I'm going to guess not a lot. And that's okay. That's you being like me and holding yourself back. That's you limiting yourself. That's you not knowing where to go. But guess what? I am here to help you. This whole podcast has always been about me helping you. Me getting information, me turning that information over to you. Always. It's always been that way. And it's not going to change. 2024, I'm going to ask you for a little help, right? Because I'm taking extra time out now to do this. I'm going to ask you for a couple bucks every month to subscribe, to get that extra podcast episode. That money is going to be there so that I can use that money to set time aside, take on less projects to write the book. The book will be there to give to you guys so that you could use that to start the blueprint. And then when you get to a certain point and you go, I don't know how to scale beyond this, right? Because the book is going to get you started. Scale beyond this. What do I do now? All right. One-on-one, group coaching, whatever it is, site review, informational review, maybe some coaching about how to write jokes better or how to do this better or whatever it is. Those things are going to happen. I realized that I have a valuable skill that I've learned myself, that I worked hard for, that I grinded for since 2016. But if I can take that skill that I've learned over that long amount of time and compress it to make it so you can do it in 6 months, a year, 2 years, whatever it is, it's not overnight. It's not overnight. I don't want any of you thinking, oh, in 30 days, I'll be making $13,000, $10,000 a month too. No, you won't. You won't. We'd be making 1,000, probably 2,000, possibly 5,000, maybe some of you, 1, 2, 10 of you, maybe. I don't know. But you're not going to make 6 figures right away. It took a while. Every year, money went up. I kept doing it. I kept grinding. I always am looking for new things. That's what I do. So not only do I produce shows, I do stand up. I write stuff. I do this podcast, right? I do a lot of stuff. I do private gigs. Like there's so many things that I do that brings in income. That the biggest one that I realized when I looked into breaking down numbers, what I made the most money at, writing comedy. Writing comedy, you guys. Not the thing I set out to do. I wanted to be a stand-up. I want to get on stage and just tell jokes and be done, right? Pay me my money. Let's do this. It's coming. I know you can do it. If I did it, you can do it. That's what I'm saying. If me, who has no formal education, that right, I have a history degree and an MBA. By the way, not worth it. None of it was worth all the money I spent to go to school. Not a dang dime. I wouldn't do it again. I wouldn't. I would just go read books. Sorry. And if you're in college, spend that money on books, right? Go watch Good Will Hunting. That was one of the best lines about you're gonna spend this much thousands of dollars to get a college degree that you could have got for $5 in overdue book fees at the library. That's just the truth. Information is so much more accessible. But a book, a couple $100 investment of your time and energy, right? A book, the podcast, and then maybe some coaching, looking at your web stuff, looking at your things, reviewing what you're doing, and giving you feedback. $1,000 maybe. Would that be worth it to you to make 6 figures? It would for me. In fact, I invested way more than that. You go look at all the stuff books I read and courses I bought and all the stuff I had to do to get there. It took a while. I invested thousands, probably tens of thousands, to be honest with you. And guess what? Now I make 6 figures. Made $13,000 in 1 month. Posted it. I showed you. I did it. Someone who said I wasn't worth anything. I wasn't valuable. They were the value. I wasn't adding value. They were adding value. Nah, son. I have value. I'm going to have value to all of you. Then you're going to go out and you're going to add value to the world. The world's going to know comedy is important. You can do anything. That's what's going to happen. So I know this is a weird podcast. It's not what you were expecting. Nobody was expecting that. I want to come out swinging because I'm angry and hurt and frustrated, but it made me realize that I am important, and all of you need to realize that you're important, that you have skills, that you have something to offer the world, and I'm going to help you do it. That's my goal for 2024. I'm going to help you take the comedy skill that you love, the comedy passion that you have inside, and make money off that because you deserve it. Because you worked hard. If you're going on stage, if you're going on mics, if you're writing jokes, if you're doing all that stuff, you deserve it because you're going to earn it. Because you already earned it. You put in the work. If you're writing jokes every day, if you're getting on stage as often as you can, if you're putting on shows, you're making people laugh, you deserve it. Let me help you. Help me help you. Buy the subscription. I'm not going to make it very much a month. I was thinking max $5 a month. Max. I don't even know what I'm going to do. I think probably going to do $199 or $299 or something stupid like that a month for an extra thing. So you're not only going to get all the free episodes of the Queen Comedy Podcast, which I'm going to keep producing, but you're going to get all these funny money episodes. And then probably what's going to happen is a year or two after the book is released, I'll probably start releasing the audio episodes, audio versions of that book as podcast pieces. So now you don't even have to buy Audible if you don't want to, because it'll just drop every week or drop every 2 weeks or whatever it is, whatever you decide to do. And you're going to get the book in audio format, right? And then we're going to do Q&A classes and group classes and all these things to help you get to where you're going. There you go. I think it's a good deal. I had enough people reach out to me to say they're interested. I didn't charge anybody any money. I just listened to them and talked to them. I got feedback, and they were like, yeah, you should do that. So that's what I'm going to do. I hope that it's valuable for you. I hope that the Clean Comedy Podcast 350 whatever episodes have been valuable for you. Obviously, I want to make sure that you have an episode every single year. That's been the goal, is to get 365 episodes. So you can come listen every single day if you wanted to one podcast. There you go. Thank you so much for listening. Please go subscribe to this. Please go write me a nice review on iTunes. Please go subscribe to Instagram. Go at JD Creviston Comedy or the Queen Comedy Podcast. Go to YouTube. Go to the Queen Comedy Podcast on YouTube or the Queen Comedy Podcast on YouTube. Go look it up. I have 666 subscribers on YouTube. I want to get to 1,000. I'd love to get to 1,000 by the end of the year. That'd be great. I don't know if we can do it, but if you're listening, go do that, please. Just pause right now. I'll put the link in the show notes. Go join, subscribe. Go to Instagram, subscribe. I got you. Let's do this together. Let's make 2024 the year you want it to be. Let's make it the career you want it to be. Because I know that I didn't have a goal. I just want to keep, I want to get by. I want to pay my bills. I just didn't want to have like a regular 9 to 5. And now, 6 figures, $13,000 a month, $10,000 a month, whatever it is, happened. It happened because I put in the work. You can put in the work too. I know you can. Thank you again. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for subscribing. Please like, subscribe, leave a review. I appreciate all of you. Have a good one. Hope you had a happy Thanksgiving, or I hope you have a happy Thanksgiving. And I'm thankful for every single one of you. Have a good one. Bye.